Shalom. I like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim preaching his word with truth and sincerity around the four corners. Like Elder Malcolm would be saying, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Peace and salutations to the Akim and the few Aqua that listen and learn in silence, the true believers of the hopeful elect. Just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy, and wanted to speak about the president Trump, aka Nero, and how he was he's pushing forth tariffs to his allies. If you haven't heard, he pushing forth tariffs to Canada, Mexico, and China. And also from what I've heard, he's suspended. He's put on pause the tariffs to Mexico for 30 days. That was just breaking news. I learned about that about an hour ago. I got a video I want to play. Make this short to the point, and get a couple of scriptures, and Lord's willing, this will be edifying. As a matter of fact, get a quick precept right now. It's the book of Luke chapter 2 verse 1, and it reads, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed." Yeah. You see, so there's nothing, and this is in ancient times. All the world was talking about the known world at the time. Which was Rome. You see, and this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, everyone in his own city. You see, so tariffs isn't a new thing. It was done in the ancient times. And like it tells you in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, that nothing is new under the sun. So let me see if I can get that video. There it is.
Canada warned Trump that if he tries to do anything to them, then they will use this strategy to financially ruin the United States. Trump hasn't given up on trying to make Canada join America. In fact, quite the opposite. In a recent speech, Trump promised Canadians that they will receive massive tax cuts, a much stronger military to protect them, and better healthcare if they join the United States. These comments, along with his earlier promises to enforce tariffs on Canadian goods, have angered many Canadian politicians. Prime among them is a man named Doug Ford. Doug holds a lot of power in Canadian politics and has been described to be like the Trump of Canada. During an interview, he told the United States that he is not afraid to take on Trump. And Doug has previously said that if Trump follows through on his promises, then he will cut off the power supply from Canada to the U.S., leaving many homes and businesses without electricity, as well as remove certain U.S.-made products from being sold in Ontario.
Oh yeah, as you can see in the bottom of the screen, this is from GMS Keep Pushing, the brother Kabad from the GMS Raleigh, North Carolina camp. He has edifying videos. I suggest you subscribe and be edified. This is where I got this from.
However, other Canadian politicians have warned that Canada may not be able to survive a tit-for-tat trade battle with the U.S. Canada
Doug Ford says it would be a last resort, but Ontario is prepared to turn off the power it supplies to 1.5 million American homes. That's if Donald Trump follows through on 25% tariffs on Canadian goods going into the States. The feds have come up with a plan to add more resources and technology at the border, trying to limit the movement of migrants and drugs. But Ford says Canada needs to show the U.S. it has tools in its tool belt ready to reach for.
If they put on tariffs, it's going to be unaffordable for Americans to buy electricity. Just like if they put tariffs on the 4.3 million barrels of oil that's Alberta shipping down to the U.S. If you put 25%, that increases every barrel of oil by, every gallon of gasoline by $1. So I don't think that President-elect Trump wants that to happen.
Yeah, you see? So, as you can see, Trump is putting tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. 25% tariffs on Mexico, on Canada, and 10% on China. You know? But these are his so-called allies. Like, you know, like he's trying to make America great again, but you know who's going to end up paying for those tariffs? It's the consumer, which is you. You know? Matter of fact, let's see, I think I got another video. So like, just bear with me while I find it. Matter of fact, I'll just leave it there. Let me get a couple of precepts and shut it down. As you see, the tariffs, the tariffs are going to make America unbearable, unaffordable, just like that guy Doug Ford said. There's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 25. And it says, "And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" Yeah, then that's basically what's happening. You're looking at the end stages of America. America's trying to prop itself up to remain a superpower, but Trump is cutting off his nose despite his face. You know, like I was watching Apostle Tahar's video earlier, and his YouTube channel is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth. You know, you should subscribe and be edified. That's his new channel. And he was talking about how the how do you say it? That the tariffs are going to cause America to increase in spending. You know, just like Doug Ford said, you know, it's going to be $1 more for gas. Gas is going to go up because if they shut down the crude oil that they import or they export to the United States, you know, America needs that. America also needs the electricity that they give. From what I understand, they supply like 1.5 million homes with electricity. You know, or gas, or I believe, or and gas. So, to be perfectly honest, let me just get this. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 6. And it reads, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense." Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, and you can see that Doug Ford was hot over over Trump's tariffs, and he was saying that he was going to resort to that last resort tactic. Mexico and Canada were talking about putting tariffs on the United States for their goods when they ship them to their land. But to be perfectly honest, that's not going to cripple America's economy. Trump is just making it very expensive. Just making it more expensive to get your everyday items. Because Mexico exports a lot of fruit and produce to us, and Canada does the oil and electricity and the gas. Verse 8: Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. And this is what Trump is trying to do. Trump is trying to heal Babylon. But you read the next verse, his attempts are futile. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country." And that's what these different merchants are going to do. People come from overseas and from all parts of the world. They come into America to make money. They're going to start to go in, if they haven't already, they're starting to go into their own land. Why? Because there's no more money here. It says, "For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies." Yeah, this is the judgment of the Heavenly Father, bringing America down. Matter of fact, let me see if I could play it. This is from Arrows of Indignation 144. He has very informative videos too. You should subscribe and get edified.
$36 trillion. I'm speaking with Prime Minister goods from China and 25% on ones from Canada and Mexico. Now, the tariffs are set to take effect on Tuesday, and Selene Arif spoke to small businesses who say this is the last thing they wanted to hear this year.
Sunday mornings and brunch go together like Yola and their Eggs Benedict. Small, locally owned business, especially a restaurant, has very slim margins as it is.
Yeah, so you see, you get the gist of it. You heard what he said. He's going to put tariffs, but from what I understand, the tariffs have been suspended for 30 days. I believe. So, we'll see what happens with that. Just blowing the trumpet in Zion. Lord's will, you was edified. Till next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.